Hello, you lovely, lovely people, from me and from the little doggy there, which is their dog. That doggy's friends with a pig. You know, they have a pig and they cuddle up together. Anyway, that's not the topic of conversation. The topic of conversation is I've now got an abscess. Here, I've got an abscess. Ooh. Dentist will be, if I can hold out till Monday, I've got dentist. Anyway, again, that's not the topic of conversation. The topic of conversation is YouTube. And the reasons why people do it. And is it worth doing it? Well, depends why you're doing it. And it also depends if you enjoy doing it and the reasons why you enjoy doing it. Because for people like myself, you don't earn a lot of money. So money isn't the inspiration. For big YouTubers, yes, it's the inspiration. And I know for many YouTubers in Dumagetti, that's probably the inspiration, because they do earn big money. Or, I don't know about big money, but they earn a considerable amount, which probably gives them, you know, the incentive to continue doing it. For me, it's nice because I can talk English to you guys. Because when I'm in the house, the conversation between me and my wife is very minimal. You know, we do have conversations. We don't just sit there in silence. But we do have conversations, but they never really get deep, or they never really get enthralling for me, or for her probably. She's probably thinking, Stephen, shut up. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. Like I say, I think sometimes about my wife the same thing. Not all the time, but sometimes. Jokingly people. So for me, YouTube, and I've got quite a lot of followers now, and I get a lot of emails, and I do exchange, you know, some messages with people, to private messages. And I seem to be helping a lot of people out who might be thinking of coming to the Philippines, or even just to get through their days. Because there's a lot of people who say to me, I look forward to your videos because, you know, you get me through my, you know, through this 15 or 16, 18, or however long their video is. They quite enjoy it. Some probably don't, but some do. So for me, you know, YouTube it's like a double purpose. One is I'm still speaking English to English speaking people who are listening to me, which I think that's great. And the other one is I quite enjoy doing it. Now, when you put everything, you know, up front, you know, you do get haters and you get bashers. Not just me, every YouTuber. You get haters, you get bashers, and you get trolls. Now, I think if you're not, you know, prepared to accept that, and if you're a very thin, you know, skinned and sensitive person, then you probably won't last 2 minutes, because you will get them. You just got to ignore it. You know, if you don't like some of the comments that you get, if they are continuous comments, you know, from that same person, which you do get that as well from time to time, you can either leave them on there and let everyone see them, which I do, I don't care, or you can delete them. I have deleted some, which I didn't think was really necessary, and I also monitor, and I'm having a moderator as well who's offered to do some moderating, because there's so many messages I get sometimes, you know, I can't keep up with it, and I like to reply to all if I can, and I like to read them all. But sometimes you know, there's just things going on in my life that I can't constantly sit on YouTube. I don't want to constantly sit on YouTube. Oh, and thank you to Regular Guy, who's a big YouTuber here in the Philippines. I think he's a Canadian. Yeah, he's a Canadian guy. And he wants to do a collaboration at some point when he comes back from wherever he's at now in the Philippines. And he said that he doesn't listen to talking heads, only me, because he likes what I do. So thank you, regular guy, if you're watching this video. I also like your content too. I think you're crazy, man. Traveling to the places you travel on your motorcycle, but good content, fella. And it's definitely unique. And I notice you get haters as well. Cheers, guy. So yeah, YouTube. I think if you spend your time, if you've got nothing else to do, and you're constantly sat in front of your computer on YouTube, then I don't think that's healthy. For me, anyway. It wouldn't be healthy for me. I have like spits and starts of it where sometimes I'll do content every day for a week, and sometimes I'll do one, you know, like once a week. So there's no regular thing to me doing it, and I've even thought about stopping it. When was it? That was a few months ago. I thought, is it worth it? Is it worth it for the aggravation? You know, it's not really. But then, you know, the more followers you get or subscribers you get, the more nice people you get, and the more people who are there, you know, to look out for you. You know, when people start talking you down, these people will talk you up. So that's a good thing. Money. Now, like I said, you know, these YouTubers with 50, 60, 70,000 subscribers plus, they probably do earn a lot of money. And I've noticed these kind of guys make a lot of content every day, every 2 days, and they get lots of views. And good luck to them. No jealousy whatsoever. I'm happy that some people are making good money on YouTube. Really good luck to you, because it's not easy. It's not easy. People think it's just like a face on a camera and talking. Well, yeah, it can be, but you know, the talking can get very boring, and you will lose subscribers, and your subscriber count will not grow, so you're stagnating. It's not easy, people. It's really not, especially when you get haters as well. You know, you think, is it really worth it? You know, I'm not, you know, my channel isn't growing. I'm not getting the views. I'm not earning no money. But you got to think, the money that you do earn, it doesn't cost you nothing to do. It might cost you a bit of internet or something. So it's like free money, really. And if you're on a pension or if you're on a salary here, it's additional. It's additional money, which no one likes to throw away, the chance of additional money. But channels my size don't earn, and also it depends on your, you know, where you are in the world or where the people are clicking on your channel. Like, for an example, I'm in the Philippines. I don't get very many people. There's 10% of my viewers are from the Philippines. I think it said 58 are from America, 12% are from England, and so on. So you earn more money from the people who click on your channel from America because they pay more for the advertisements. So you get more money per 1,000 clicks. But for people who don't know, YouTube take half of that, which fair play. You know, they've got to run their servers. You know, they've got big costs. I'm looking for snakes here because the guy up here told me to watch it before. He said, because he's seen snakes in here. Now, I don't think they'll be around now. They've probably been out in the morning warming up, and now they're away again. But and they normally live by the kawayan, the bamboo, but they can be anywhere. So I am watching out for them. I shouldn't be here really. I should have stuck to my normal spot on my bit. But I just fancied a change, and I wanted to take you on a different stroll through this bit of forest here. This is all mahogany. All mahogany. And you'd be surprised how cheap you can buy a mahogany tree or a gemelina tree or a backhand tree. Coconut are very cheap, but coconut is normally only used for scaffolding, or if you're a Filipino, they use it to actually build a house. But it's termite. They love it. They love it. And there's something here called selignum where you can treat the timber, but I don't know how long that lasts. But even their mahogany, termites like that as well. So yeah, I think if you want to do a YouTube channel, don't think of the money. Don't think of the money. And think of the haters that you will get, because you will. You will get them. You will get them. You've got to rise above all that. Now, I watch only a handful of channels. I watch a couple of guys in there do Magetti. And you find that a lot of channels repeat the same things. They repeat the same things, and it's normally about pensions and social security and budgets. Things like that. Because people run out of content. You know, you got to think. And, you know, to be unique, you know, with your content. Or as as unique as you can be. And try not to do too much of the same thing and copying other things, because you lose your subscribers. Because don't forget, your viewers probably watch thousands of other channels, and they're probably watching the channels that you might be watching, so they see content is the same. What else? Oh yeah, these guys that I do watch. Regular guy, I think he's great because he is unique, and he goes from different place to place, and he's very good. I like his content. I think he's brilliant, and we are friends. I'm just hoping for a visit, if he comes back down this way, and we'll do a video together, or we'll even do a live or something. I don't like lives either. Many people say do a live. Well, it's difficult in my house doing live because my son is so active, and he's a very light sleeper when he does sleep. So when I was talking in the house, that would wake him up 100%. In the evenings, he would wake up and he would become unsettled, and my wife would then become unhappy with me. So I don't do lives. I might start doing a couple of lives if I go out, to Diplock or something like that. I could do a live. But from the house, my wife doesn't want me to do it because it would unsettle my son if he's sleeping. And if he's not sleeping, it's impossible to do because he's there with me all the time. These guys from Do Magetti. Paul in the Philippines. Is it Paul? Old Dog New Tricks. Mike's Philippine Retirement or something. I do watch some of theirs sometimes. Not all the time. It's just if it comes up in my feed. And if it's something that being bitten by an ant. Many lamigas. I quite like some of their stuff. But again, a lot of it can be samey. But it's information. YouTube can be a wealth of information to some people who might be considering coming here. Which any information, if it's apt for yourself, would be of relevance and importance. Or some people who are already here probably don't take any notice of it because they know what it is. I know social security can be a bit of a problem for some people. Whereas, you might get something stopped in your bank and you haven't got any backup plan, and you've got no money because your social security has stopped it. I don't know where I'm going to stand in 10 years' time when I'm due my pension. But 10 years is a long way away, isn't it? Anything can happen. There might not be a pension in 10 years' time. That's why I'm planning now. I'm planning for our future now. And I'm keeping that... well, I'm not keeping it to myself. I haven't got anything as planned as such, but we've got something in the pipeline. My wife... Now, my wife's got a lot of land in Lilloy. And the land that she's got was given to her by her grandmother. Her grandmother brought my wife up because she comes from a quite large family, and her grandmother brought her up. Now, this land has been given to my wife. I don't know how much it is. I've never really asked, but I think it's a few acres. Hectares, as they call it here. Hectares. Now, I said to my wife, look, you've got to think about this, Mary, because you've got a lot of siblings. This is going to cause a lot of trouble. So I said, rather than you... My wife's got the plans, okay? Rather than you have these plans, what you're going to do with it, I said, why don't you? I said, if it's 3 hectares, to save all argumentation, because it was left to her, because her grandmother didn't really have a lot to do with her other sisters. I don't know why. I think there's a rift somewhere down the line. I don't know. I said, why don't you just give half of it to your sisters? Just keep away the arguments. But my wife doesn't see that. She doesn't see it. She says, no, my grandmother left me. I says, yes, but Mira, whatever you decide to do with that land, you're going to get trouble. And she says, well, how can we get trouble? Or how can she get trouble when all of the deeds and titles is in her name? Mira, just trust me. Trust me. Just give them something. You know, it's like giving the dog a bone. Give the dog a bone, let them chew on that, you know. If you don't give them anything, they are not going to let this drop. But, yeah, so my wife's got a few plans. Whatever she decides to do with it. What she wants to do with it. She wants, because most of it is nowhere near a highway. But there's a little part that's near a highway. And she said, because she's been watching other YouTube channels, my wife is addicted to YouTube, and she's seen these seamen, you know, when they come back from their work and they are you know, decommissioned from their job, they are building these apartments and then renting them out. So she's been looking at that, and she's got this idea in her head that that's what she wants to do. I said, Mary, it's not that easy. I said, don't forget, we don't live nowhere near Lilloy, and who you want to get to manage it. So again, she's not thinking it through, like she never thinks a lot of things through. Bless her heart. But she's got good intentions. I don't know. I say, where's the money coming from to do this? I said, you know, we barely got enough to do what we do now. Never mind to... And she said, well, yeah, hinai, slowly. So, income. But, you know, maybe that could be a retirement plan, because I don't know what the pensions are going to be like in the UK in 10 years. And you never earn enough money on YouTube. Me, anyway. But that's not the intention. Yes, I don't do it for nothing. And people who say they don't do it for the money, don't believe them. Don't believe them. We do it for the money. And I'm being honest, we do. And if people were honest, I don't mean the big amount that you earn, but if there was no incentive, no one would do it, would they? If you didn't earn money, you wouldn't put up with the haters, the bashers, the trolls, the copyers, for nothing. You wouldn't put up with it. So when people say they don't do it for the money, don't take no notice, because they are. They are. But for the little money that we get, it is little money. You know, you couldn't survive on it. Well, I certainly couldn't survive on the little bit I get from time to time. But the money is the incentive. But still need to do something. I still need to work. I still need to work. I couldn't not work. We would die. My little boy would scream the place down because no milk. My wife would scream because no internet. I would scream because I got no one to talk to on here. But that's it, really, people. It's just, yeah, it's a video of either here or there or nothing at all. Workmen are they doing the gable ends. They putting the hardy flex up. They put all the steel work up. They've done it very quickly as well. And they're doing a heck of a job. Here is the elections on Monday, so it's holiday. Everyone is taking the day off and going to vote. And because they've been paid, they will all be drunk this weekend and probably be a lot of trouble. So you're probably seeing the Phil Star this weekend, that there will probably be a lot of trouble happening this weekend, because a lot of people's got the money from the voting. And what do? Straight Tandawai, Red Horse, Kalafu, San Miguel, Bia Nabia. But I'm not going out. Only to have a meal and stuff. That's it. Got to go because my wife's got the video on as well now. That means I've got to walk down here because of copyright thing with the music. Whew. Oh, she's video crazy. I wouldn't care if it's the same songs. She sings the same songs time after time. And she says, did you like that? I said, yeah. I said, I've only heard it 1,000 times, but you're getting better. Anyway, people, that's it. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your weekend. God, it's bloody hot here. Because in Mindanao, it's so hot. It's a hot island. If you're up the north, Baggy on them places, Luzon is cooler. Here, there's a heat index of 44, I think, and the humidity is 92%. So it is kind of hot. Anyway, people, thank you very much for listening to me rant on and talking about stuff. And whatever you do it well. Have a bloody good weekend, people. Thank you. Take good care now. Bye-bye.